What's up, everybody? Welcome to today's video where I'm going to be taking factory tow hooks and adding them to my 2020 Silverado that did not come with them. I'm going to show you how I got this template made up, and I'm going to show you how I got it done. Let's get started. Alright, so if you're like me and you bought this new truck, this is an LT. It's not a Trail Boss or anything like that. It's just an LT1. It came with a lot of nice features, but it did not come with the tow hooks, and I do want them. I also would like the fog lights, but I'm going to add those on another day. So anyway, I was scrolling through Facebook Marketplace the other day, and I saw a guy selling these. I only wanted 20 bucks for them, so I bought them. These are the factory tow hooks. I even got the hardware. I just don't have them here in the driveway to show you. And I'm making the video out of my own research, finding that absolutely nobody has a template diagram or anything that would help you get this done. So the way that I did this today was I took a soft foam material that I don't have on camera. I threw it away already, but I used that foam on the back side of this panel here. If you look on the underneath there, you can see the back side of the panel, and I used that foam and pressed it in real tight so I could get this contour here. And once I got this contour, I measured from here to here and got 8 inches, and that's how I got my actual template. Now, I drew this template off of that side where that blank is, where the engine block heater goes. But if you flip it over, it goes to both sides. I also traced it on paper, but I just used the clear section here. I also have the ability to measure this on another person's vehicle, another Silverado that I know. Someone I know has one. I was able to compare it to theirs to see that it's accurate. But again, this is completely custom. This isn't something from the dealer as far as sizing or anything. I just compared about 50 different pictures. I looked at a couple other videos of you know, just what the front of the truck looks like with tow hooks, and came up with my own diagram that I think is going to look pretty good. So I'm going to show you start to finish how I'm going to do this whole process and see how it comes out. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my multi-tool. I'm going to cut the bigger chunks here out. I'm going to cut out this, I'm going to cut out this, a little bit in the middle, and then I'm going to come back with a Dremel tool with a sanding drum, and I'm going to sand the edges real sharp, try to get it to look good. Now the factory tow hooks will bolt right up to your truck. You just don't have a punch out for them to poke through. I was fortunate enough to buy a set of tow hooks that came with the snow guards as well. I don't need snow guards in southern Louisiana, but I just like to have the factory pieces here. All right, so I'm going to start cutting this out and show you how I do it. Now that I got the middle sections cut out, I'm going to take a Dremel tool with a sanding drum. I'm going to work on sanding this out. Alright, I've got my Dremel tool attachment here. It's a sanding drum. I like to use this. I think it's going to be very easy for me to control how much material I actually pull off here. If I keep it at the low RPMs, I don't think it's going to be that hard. So let's give it a whirl. Literally just melting the material away, but it's working and I have a lot of control. It seems to be working very well. I'm just going to keep taking these molten pieces of plastic off so I don't splash all over the rest of the truck. This technique seems to be going pretty good. And at first glance, this looks pretty sharp. Doesn't look so bad at all. I definitely want to take some sandpaper and get it cleaned up. But this looks pretty spot on for what I need it to be. You can see the frame rail is right there we're going to bolt it to. And I think I got this pretty good on the first try. All right, now before I finish up the passenger side and move over to the driver's side, I'm going to take a little rubbing alcohol and wipe off the leftover Sharpie marks that I have here. I think it'll come all right off with some alcohol. something a little stronger. That's not taking it off. WD-40 for the win. Seems to strip off Sharpie residue just fine. So, lesson learned here today, kids. Don't use a Sharpie, use a pencil. Yeah, there you go. No more Sharpie marks. Nice. Alright, let's move on to the driver's side. And now we're going to repeat the same thing on the driver's side. Pretty proud of my cutouts there. I'm gonna take my sandpaper and clean this one up, just like the other one. And then we're gonna go underneath and bolt these bad boys in. And there we have it. Both our driver's side and our passenger side are cut out and pretty clean looking. I'm gonna get underneath and bolt it all up. Now, if you look on the inside here, there's two bolt holes. There's one here and one here. That's where your two bolts are going to go for your tow hook. Now, on the foam that we got with our tow hooks, if you buy a set and it doesn't come with this foam, you can improvise with something else, I'm sure. But there's actually some little lines on it where I can see it was on the previous guy's truck. So I'm going to just line it back up the way it came out of his. See if I can't get back in there to install it on mine. That is a tight fit. I honestly got to say, the hardest part of this is just getting the foam where it's supposed to go. It's a very tight squeeze, and GM made it very tight fitting to where it actually goes. Now that that's in there, I'm going to go ahead and shove the tow hook through. Alright, so without a doubt, the hardest part of that was getting that piece of foam through that rail and the plastic there and getting the tow hook through it. Now you can see I've been fighting with it for 5 minutes and I got it. You can see where they go. Now there's two bolts that go to this. There is a bolt by itself, which I have right here. Just a singular bolt. It's going to go on the back side here, which we'll get a wrench and tighten that up in just a moment. And then there's another bolt that goes through here in this hole. That's actually going to come out the other side. It doesn't have threads on the inside of the tow hook there. It's going to be this big guy here. He's going to go through here. If I can get it. And that is actually, well, it's not going to fit that way. Maybe it goes this way. Yep, I think that's where it's going to go. It can actually come on this side. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to come through on this side. And it's going to go through right there. So I'm going to go ahead and get that put in. You can see right there is where I'm going to put it through. And we'll get it put through. Alright, I got them both put through on both sides of the truck. This is an 18mm, by the way. You're going to need two of them. You're going to need a box wrench or two sockets, one of them with one of those crooked extensions to get you past this stud here. But that's it. You put your two bolts here. Got that one and that one with the nut on it. And then I did the other side as well already. You can see that goes there. And you can see on this side where the other bolt is. Now, the tow hooks are exactly identical. So as you notice, the bolt holes for both of them are here on the right side. And then same as this one on the right side. You're going to put that front bolt through and put the nut on the inside of both sides and tighten them down. This, again, it's an 18mm. And so we're all done now. We're going to come out. See how she looks. I don't think it's so bad. I need to poke that foam back through right here a little bit better. I can do that later with a screwdriver, but I'd say they came out pretty good. They look pretty straight. Honestly, wouldn't know any different if that was factory or not, unless you knew I cut it out. So I'll take a real clean picture of the templates I used. You can try to print them out. It's 8 inches wide. I don't remember the height, but I just basically made them myself with some soft materials. So this is what my template looked like. I used this clear plastic off of a piece of packaging, and I traced it on the paper. I never did wind up using the paper. I just used the plastic, but it did work out pretty well, I think. This is just the circle for the engine block heater, if you have that option. That's just how I used it to line it up to, you know, a square section in the drawing. So anyway, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a comment, subscribe, leave me a like. I greatly appreciate you watching. Thanks a lot. I hope this works out for you.